And this is page 15, the very last page of paper 2 for the Nanyang Primary School SA2 paper. Alright. This is a distance traveling type of question, and whenever you come across a question like this, always draw a diagram, always draw a line diagram, and try to be as neat as possible. Alright, I think that's very important. So here we start off with two towns, P and Q. Alright, so that's P, and over here, that's Q. Okay, so P and Q. The distance between P and Q is 216 kilometers. Right? So that's 216 kilometers. At 7:10, Tim goes in that direction. Right? He leaves town P for town Q, going in this direction. At 8:30, so 8:30, Steve goes in that direction. Okay, Steve left town Q for town P. Right, both of them did not change their speed throughout their journey. The ratio of Tim's speed, okay, let's put it here, Tim speed to Steve speed, the ratio of Tim speed to Steve's speed is 4:3. 4:3. Okay, Tim speed to Steve's speed is 4:3. 4:3. When they meet each other, their distance from town P was twice the distance from town Q. Okay, so we divide this into 3. Alright, and this here is the meeting point. We call it M. That's the meeting point. Alright, so here we have this distance is equal to this distance is equal to this distance there. Alright, okay. You want to find Tim's speed in kilometers per hour. So you want to find Tim's speed here. Alright, okay, so let's work this out. What can we do? I'm going to change my color, my pens again. Alright, so here we have 216 divided into 3 portions. Let's work it out. 216 divided by 3, that's 72 kilometers. Right? So that's 72 kilometers, 72 kilometers, 72 kilometers. Right? This we can write as 100 times 2, 144 kilometers there. Alright? Okay, so we got Tim traveling 144 kilometers, and we got Steve traveling to the left 72 kilometers. Right? Now, one thing we know is that speed is equal to distance over time. Okay, so if speed is distance over time, we have the distance here. We also have the distance here for Steve's speed, right? But we don't have the time. So all we need to do is to find out how long does Tim take to get to M, and how long does Steve take to get to M. Well, since we are more interested in Tim's speed, let's say that Tim took time t, right? That he took time t to go from P to M, the meeting point here. Right? So what about Steve then? Well, let's look at the time. Tim started at 7:10. It doesn't matter if it's AM or PM. Let's think of it as AM. So he left town P at 7:10 AM in the morning, and here Steve left at 8:30. All right, so what's the difference here? All right, the difference here is that Steve left 80 minutes later. 1 hour to 8:10 is 60 minutes, plus another 20 minutes is 80 minutes. So the time that Steve actually spent traveling is t minus 80 minutes, because he was delayed by 80 minutes. Maybe he was still having his breakfast, or maybe he woke up late, right? So for that 80 minutes, he was just staying at home, still having his breakfast, right? And so the time there is t minus 80 minutes, right? Okay, so what then is Tim's speed? Well, distance over time. Distance, Tim traveled 144 over time t, right? This here is Tim's speed, right? What about Steve's speed? Steve's speed, again, distance over time. Distance is 72, because Steve only traveled 72 kilometers, over time, he took t minus 80. Okay, right? So here we have the two speed. I've spoken a lot about this in my videos when dealing with ratios, that this divided by this times this equals this. Okay, going anti-clockwise, right? This divided by this times this equals this. Okay, so we're going to write that down, right? So 3 divided by 4, right? 3 divided by 4 times this times 144 over t equals this, right? This divided by this times this equals this, right? Equals 72 over t minus 80, right? Okay, now what I want to do here is, instead of using 80 minutes, right, I want to use, what's 80 minutes? 80 minutes is 80 divided by 60, right, is 1.33 hours, right? So I'm going to convert it because I want to find that out in terms of kilometers per hour. So the unit there is hour. I've got kilometers, that's 144 kilometers, 74 kilometers, that's correct, right? But I want my time to be in hours rather than minutes. 80 currently is in minutes, right? So I'll change that into hours, right? So it's 1.80 minutes is 1.33 hours, right? So I'm just going to write this down again. 3 over 4 times 144 over t equals 72 over t minus 1.33 recurring, right? Changing the 80 into minutes, right? Then my final answer will be in hours rather than minutes. Okay, all right. So now let's do some quick simplification here. 3 divided by 4 times 144. You can do a quick calculator here. 3 divided by 4 times 144 is equal to 108. Okay, so 108 over t is equal to 72 over t minus 1.33 recurring. Okay, all right. Let's bring this t up to the top here. So multiply top and bottom by t on both sides. So we get 108 equals 72 t over t minus 1.33 recurring. All right, I'm taking really small steps because I don't want to make a careless mistake. All right, multiply both sides by this bottom expression here. All right, so 108 t minus 1.33 equals 72 t. Okay, I've just brought that brackets up here. Multiply top and bottom on both sides by that expression in brackets. 108 t minus 108 times 1.3 recurring is 144. 144 equals 72 t. Okay, bring the t's over to the left hand side. 108 t minus 72 t equals 144. Okay, 108 minus 72 is 36t. 36t equals 144. Therefore, t equals 144 divided by 36, which is 4 hours. Okay, you remember we change everything to hours in this step here. Right? Change it to hours here in this step. So the answer is in hours. So T is 4 hours. T equals 4 hours up there. Right? Tim took 4 hours. So therefore, Tim's speed equals speed is distance over time. Here, Tim's speed is 144 divided by T. 144 divided by T, we know T is 4 hours. And 144 divided by 4 equals 36 kilometers per hour. Right? 144 is in kilometers. 4 is in hours. So kilometers per hours, the units are correct. Alright, very important for you to work in the same units as what answer you are required to have. Okay, so the answer here is 36 kilometers per hour, and indeed that's correct. Now that's the end of paper 2 for Nanyang. Good luck, all the best, and I'll see you in the next video.